Welcome back, family. So today we're going to do our first shots, first thoughts for Crosman's newest PCP targeted for the entry-level market, the 3622. But first, let's go ahead and get it pumped up, shall we? Whew. Now we're back. So we had to cock the gun prior to that first fill, but as you saw, or maybe you didn't, it went by pretty quick. Took about 75 pumps from empty to fill it up the first time. So again, this is Crosman's 3622. It is built on much the same design and frame as the 362. In fact, the stock even basically in the hardware here basically looks the same as the 362. All they did was make this portion here fixed instead of being able to go out as a pump, and instead of a tube here that fills with the pumping workings, here we have our tube that we fill from the fill cap and fill it up to 2,000 pounds per square inch and then shoot. So haven't yet shot enough to see good shot string. That'll come later as we do a more full review, but again, this is just our first shots, first thoughts. So let's head down and watch those first shots, shall we? Alright, time to take first few shots from the 3622. Already went ahead and loaded around. Well, those targets look so much smaller from here. So much quieter. It's really easy cocking effort though. Three, five. And all these have been with the Crosman Premier 14.3 grain Ultra Magnums. That was 5 shots. We'll see what we did. Well, I think I missed the top left. Nor were they necessarily together, but I think it's me, not them. Alright, now that we saw our first shots, just some things, first thoughts after those shots. So first of all, as you saw in the video, we were low and to the right. I did find when I went to go adjust sights a little later that the PEEP sight was not actually tight. That screw wasn't tight. Shame on me for not checking all my screws for tightness first. Lesson learned for me. So that had dropped all the way down. That's why we were getting those lower shots. Also, in adjusting, I've adjusted the windage almost all the way over now, and it's still shooting to the right with some of the shots I've taken since then. So we'll look at that some more. I'll have to play with that some more. It's possible that the sight here is actually canted some. See if we can't adjust that to fix the fact that was shooting off to the right consistently. But it was very smooth. It's a very smooth and easy cocking action with the bolts. Not a bad trigger pull. It's a nice manual safety. Positive click to know. The gun shoulders really nicely. It is PCP. It is their entry level. And I think it's perfect for that. I like to refer to this as Crosman's Grow With Me gun, that they're to help introduce children to PCP. Not just children, adults too, but a nice entry level. So it's about 16 foot-pounds of energy is what they advertise from the gun, and about 700 feet per second max. I've seen reviews from several others that those numbers seem pretty good. It actually shoots pretty consistently above that 700. We'll get to, I don't have any way of measuring that. I have a phone app we might try, but I don't typically. Do have the open sights, so this rear sight can be swapped around. You can leave it as a peep sight, which is the way I have it configured still, or you can flip it so it is open sight with the typical U shape, and then you have this removable, if you remove it in the right direction, removable cap for the front sight, or hood for the front sight. I like leaving it on there as it makes it easier to be able to see what I'm sighting. See, now I took it off and I can't even get it back on. Alright, we'll put that back on later. But it does have, so you can see the blade in the front. It's a little hard to see. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. But that is, again, part of the reason. And it is a thicker blade. But it shoots consistently, even offhand, even for me. Still learning and getting there. This is, like I said, the Grow With Me gun. So as progress along, you can change out barrel, change out breech. This still got the standard stock plastic breech. A lot of people swap to that metal breech, either the steel or aluminum, and so that they can mount optics on here instead of the open sights. Some people swap out and they end up putting on like a Williams peep sight. You can add on to the front moderator. I didn't think sound was too bad, but you can, there are plenty of out there adapters and moderators for the Crosman series of guns, the 1377, 1322, the 2240, the 362, etc. That whole series of guns, many out there in the industry call the Lego guns, because you can swap out and build between the different pieces. So I think that's all for now. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them, or if not in the comments, then in a future video. Thanks for stopping by.